Canadians, Australians, all of these people that he says are ripping us off, the Danes. It's an outrageous affront to folks who share our values on democracy, and for him to mock them and to say this about Canada, that they're nasty people. The thing I think that starts to have to set in, and I would argue that what happened in Wisconsin is that there's buyer's remorse on this, and nobody signed up for this. Nobody signed up to insult the Canadians and drive up potash prices. Nobody expected to see tariffs that were just randomly thrown on that are going to punish especially middle-class Americans. So. It's not personal with him. It's a little bit personal. I don't want to be disingenuous. The guy does bother me. It's a little bit personal. But look, my beef on this is that this guy is out there crying about his portfolio and about stock while I'm making, a comment. Look, if I'm Donald Trump won Wisconsin. I'll give him that. But he's sharing his presidency and the White House and who knows what else with this guy who's a loser, who lost. This guy's really bad at this. He made the case that everything hinged on this. And I just want to give a shout out to the...
Make of the way DOGE is being run with Elon. We've seen those attacks. People are protesting against Elon Musk. Is it a good thing for America, or is he just too aggressive?
Oh, it's a good thing. He had a very good, valuable interview with Brett Barrett. He's been caricatured having a bunch of nerds from Silicon Valley. They're not. These people are CEOs. They're entrepreneurs. They're in their 40s, 50s. And they have gone through the federal government, and they're finding things that people cannot believe. And they've already identified $100 billion in waste, fraud, and abuse. They think they can get up to $500 billion to $1 trillion. Nobody is disputing that. The left is not saying to us, well, that's wrong, or this, we shouldn't do this, and nor is anybody saying to them, yes, we can't borrow 1.7 trillion a year and pay $3 billion a day and have more interest payments in our defense budget, and therefore I have this counter agenda that will do the same thing as DOGE, but I feel that it'll be more effective or more There's nothing. There's no counter. So it's, you can see that they're afraid of him because what he's doing has to be done. And they're angry about the methodology, but they don't have a counter proposal. And they know they can't continue as we are, or we're going to go broke. We're already panicking the bond market. So it has to be done. But, and they don't have an alternative to it yet.
You mentioned just how poorly the Democrats are polling at the moment. What does the future of the Democratic Party look like? We've just seen the Democrats become so irrelevant. Here they are attacking DOGE. There are some Democrats out on the streets torching Teslas. We've seen in the election campaign last year, prominent Americans who belong to the Democrat Party just abandon the Democrat Party altogether and support Donald Trump. I mean, what's the future for the Dems?
Well, they've been there before. After the Carter debacle of 1980, we had 12 years of Ronald Reagan and George H.W. Bush, and then they got smart and said, we've got to go to the center. And then whether you like Bill Clinton or not, or whether he was sincere in his centrism, he did balance the budget. It's the last time a person did it. And he fought crime, and he closed the border. And the Democratic Party was in power for 8 years, and then with the interregnum of George W. Bush, they still won the popular vote when Bush was elected in 2000. And then they had Obama. Then they moved hard left under Obama, and they went further and further left. And they're either going to have to go back to the Clinton remedy and go to the center. John Fetterman is kind of an example, or they're going to be completely irrelevant. I don't know if they're going to survive, but they're not unlike some of the parties in Europe on the left. We have a conservative, worldwide, global reaction to this hard left, progressive, socialist 20 years. And in the United States, they went after, they used lawfare, and now we're seeing the Europeans adopt the American left by going after politicians in Romania and France, Germany, and they don't have a constructive agenda, is what I'm trying to say, that'll appeal to 51% of the people.